So, it's Saturday. What do you do as a creator when you just feel stuck? Let's talk about it. So, it's been a whirlwind, man. I sat and I was smoking with some partners the other day, and I told them, man, if this is what my January looked like, man, it's gonna be a great year, man. But as a creator, man, like you can get stuck. You can get stuck doing some of the same old rat race shit. And it's not until when I say rat race, I'm talking about the you get sucked into the collabs a lot because people dig what you do and they hit you up wanting to work with you and that kind of thing. And it's great if you feel like you don't have a big enough portfolio and you just keep trying to do that, or they come to you with a dope ass idea that's like, yo, yeah, I definitely need that for my portfolio. So yeah, do that. But as I looked at my calendar, I looked and I was like, oh man, I gotta fix some things because I don't want to get stuck right back into that same trend of just doing shit and doing shit and doing shit, and then being terribly busy. But none of it was the busy I want to be. Income busy. I'll just say it, income busy. Like it's cool to go out and do all these things and be invited out to do all these things, but if it's not fueling your bottom line for your business, if it's not um, putting you in the right light, putting you in front of the right audience, the right crowd, the right people, I think you should start pulling back from that. Yeah, you're going to be less busy, so maybe that will impact how you feel because you feel like you ain't doing nothing. But um, I feel much better after doing one event a week that fueled me. It paid me. Uh, than doing 4 or 5 a week and walking out of places with receipts where you've paid to attend, you paid for drinks, you paid for food, but you were there to capture their moments for them. So why did you leave with a receipt, right? Uh, so, I just caught myself and I just wanted to come on and talk to creators, man, and see how do y'all deal with that? How do you deal with being in a funk? How do you deal with trying to change your business if this is a business for you, right? How do you change your business model to say, I'm not going to? Where do you draw that line in the sand and say, nope, done with that, right? Now, I know some OGs are going to say, just stop, right? But sometimes as a new photographer, new business, it feels good to be appreciated no matter if you know that you're being exploited. You know what I mean? Just being behind the lens and creating for someone, it's not until I get home and start diving through the images and diving through the experience that I feel that sense of exploitation where I felt like I got taken advantage of and things didn't quite go. I mean, things weren't great, right? But then you want those things to mature into something, a partnership, a networking, where they referring you to their friends and clients and, yo, let's do this, let's do that. So the past few days, man, I've been busy, but not the busy I want. And so it started reminding me of 2023, 2024. And I told myself 2025, man, I was done with that. So it's time to start drawing that line back in the sand because I've slowly started creeping right back into those old habits that feel good because the dopamine hits you and then the guilt hits you right after, right? It just hits you right in the fucking gut. Like, bro, what you doing? You giving shit away for free? Because when I go to certain businesses regularly, I go regularly. I don't really expect. I expect better customer service. They know my name. They can fix my drink. They know the cigar I want without having to really ask. You know what I mean? But never once do they give you a discount. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna make you charge. They're gonna charge you every time. They're gonna have a better interaction with you because they know you by name. They know what time you're coming, what kind of energy you bring when you come, and what drink you want. Right? But that's what businesses do. That's how they stay in business. And if you're a photographer, or creator, or whatever it is that you do, you trying to stay in business, you got to find different ways to stay in business. You can't just keep giving away what you do for free. And the more you do it, the more they devalue what you do because it's like, bro, And don't you hate it when they say, man, you should have just charged me for this, bro. I would have paid you. Nigga, you never mentioned paying me. You know what I mean? Don't say this shit after I told you I'll do it for free, that you would have paid me. Not how I look, turn around and saying, bro, you mind paying me then? And it's like, nah, bro, we said we was gonna. So uh, just how do you guys navigate all this stuff, man? Because to some extent, all this shit is kind of new to me, right? Because you just don't understand how to navigate that stuff without being too forward, too pressing, too no. I'm not going to do that. So what does it look like if I get a percentage of that? I get a percentage of the people that I just brought to you. Uh, because I walked out of here with a receipt and a gracious tip, and what you walked out of here, you go home, you counting and doing your budget for that day that I brought you all those people, and you smiling. Happy New Year, you know what I mean? Merry Christmas from Grumpy Vet Photography. Now let's repeat it. Let's do it. So I just feel like, as a creator, man, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Find a way out of it. Find new energy. Find new relationships. Find new partnerships. Just don't go buy new gear. I think that's where we get in trouble. We go and buy new gear to make us feel good, to make us feel more inspired to go create. And then we end up creating more debt for the business, debt for yourself. And then that dopamine wears off and you're right back in the store buying some more shit that you really don't need. So once again, the question is, how do you get out of a rut? How do you get unstuck? How do you get out of a funk? Because it's a funky place to be.